What's up, guys? I'm Brendan. This is Will, and this is the Film Club Rejects podcast. Thank you for being rejects with us. Will, what we got today?
Thank you. We got a good episode for you guys. But we're gonna start off. We've both seen some movies recently. So we're gonna talk a little bit about those. Talk a little bit about movie news. Um, but if we want to just hop right in it, let's go to Rosebud Thorn. Brendan, if you want to kick that one off.
All right. Well, I'll say my immediate rose right now. I'm on a 2-game win streak in fantasy football. Um, Up to 3-4. I was 1-4. Now I'm 3-4, and I actually have a shot at making the playoffs. Partially due to the fact that I made a trade this week with our co-host here, Will Maloney,
Which
in which I received.
I still think it would be a
Which
decent trade in the end.
I think it is too. I don't think it's a bad trade for either one of us.
I have been getting
Um,
flamed relentlessly for it though, both in person and over text.
yeah, but I'd love to hear about that a little bit more. Uh, but I traded for Quinshon Judkins and gave up Omarion Hampton. And as most of you know that follow fantasy football, Quinshon Judkins had 26 points this week and was a major reason as to why I won. And moving forward is going to be my one of my starting running backs the rest of the year. So big shout out to Mr. Maloney for that trade. Um,
Yeah.
my bud is going to be traveling a lot back to West Virginia and Louisville next week for to work guys out. Oh, and also just wanted to add quick another little side rose. Three of the guys that I work out here locally in my area received offers from Texas A&M.
Heck
So
yeah, man.
SEC big time powerhouse, and
Mm-hmm.
so that made me really happy. So shout out to those guys and the hard work they've been putting in, and just goes to show when you work hard, good things can happen. So they will be going and playing Division I basketball, at the very least at the SEC level, which is the best conference in basketball. So very happy. My bud got a lot of trips coming up. Uh, Gonna be going to Louisville and West Virginia again to work guys out. Very excited to do all that again. This weekend we are celebrating my dad's 65th birthday, and we'll be going to the Bills Panthers game.
Ooh, that'll be
Shout out
fun.
Bob.
Big old
Yep.
good big
Um,
fan of Bob down here. Oh,
Big
we'll
fan
talk
of
about
Bob.
this. We'll
Oh,
talk
okay.
about Bob.
Um, and then my okay. For those that don't know, Bob is my dad. So I'm interested to see where this goes.
We all love Bob. This is all
But
good stuff. It's just shitting up Brendan a little bit.
okay. Oh yeah, love that. And then my thorn, I would say, um, just busy, man. I mean, you know it better than anybody. Like I am just
Yeah, dude.
working all the time,
For
like
for
7 days a week.
context, we have rescheduled shooting this podcast like 4 or 5 times, not only because of the travel, but because both of us, like not just you, Brendan, but me too, like finding a time for us to both get together for at least an hour and a half to do this is like pulling teeth sometimes.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I would say that would be my thorn, is just all that kind of having to reschedule and having to be on the road and having to, you know, sometimes I feel like I have to make a plan like 3 weeks out in order for me to even have a chance at it happening.
Hmm.
Not even guaranteeing it'll happen. So,
I'm right there with you.
but yeah. So anyway, I'll move it on over to you, big dog.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. So my rose is outside of that trade, I still won. In both leagues, I still won my fantasy leagues. Um, and there's some stuff on the horizon that I'm working working towards. Don't want to, get into too much detail about it, but some stuff that I'm working to try and do that it's pretty exciting for me. And if it ends up happening, will be huge. And then if not,
Stuff I already know about, or
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. And if not, we got good backup plans too. So pretty excited for how things are going for me in the future. Um, my thorn, one of them is I had to wake up at like 5 o'clock this morning, so I tried to go to bed early and just could not fall asleep, and just kept wake. I slept like absolute dog shit last night. But I had to go in to work to help them, unload trucks and things like that to really stock up. So even though that was fine, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It was definitely one of those situations where I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so tired. I want to go to bed." Um, and I'm still that. It's still that way. Oh, another rose of mine is I'm going to a hockey game tonight with my dad and some of his guys. Yeah, he's quasi in town.
There we go.
So I got something at like until like 2:30 today. So from 1 to 2:30, I'm gonna be doing that, but I'm gonna drive to go meet them directly after, and
Good.
we're gonna hang out. We're gonna go watch the hockeys. They got a box seats. So
Oh, there you go. That'll be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. He's like, oh, we got you going to go to this hockey game. It's gonna be box seats, and we got room for you. If you want to go. I was like, I mean,
Nah. I'm
nah, man,
good.
I'm
Don't
good.
skip out on the box.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
box seats at my favorite sport. No, no, I don't
No,
think I will.
no, not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, so that's good. Another thorn of mine is just bit of some personal stuff that I got to work through. Um, but hey, that's life. You got to take it with the ups and downs, right?
Yep.
Um, Bud, Bud is there's just a lot of stuff to look forward to. Like I was saying with my rose of like a lot of stuff coming on the horizon that could work out. I'm nothing if not pragmatic, and I'm for you Spider-Man fans. If you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed. Um, so one of those situations. But if it works out, huge. So super excited for those. And that's one of those I'm going to be busting my ass for the next 2 years or so, regardless. So might as well do it for something that I want to get done. Yeah. It's one of those like childhood dreams that it's been my dream for as long as I can remember. So if I can actually get to pull it off, that'll be great. Anyway, let's move on into a little bit more of a substance. Oh, no, we're gonna talk about Bob for a second. I forgot
Yeah,
about
what are
this.
we talking
We're
about
talking
Bob
about
for?
Bob.
Why are we talking about my father?
So for those, so obviously we are all in a fan. Brendan and I are.
I can't wait for you to explain this to actual people. This is going to be great.
So a
You
little.
go ahead and explain. You go
Yeah.
ahead and explain. I already know. You go ahead and explain. I can't wait for people to actually hear what you fucks did.
So okay. I don't know if we ever actually explained this on the podcast or not, of how we know each other, how, you know, we have been friends. We went to college together. We're old college buddies. We met on like the fourth day of freshman year, and have been friends since.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. I was violently drunk the night before, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, just I had way too much to drink. So the first thing that this man said to me was, "Oh, you're who Eric had to go check up on last night." And I was like, ah. So I get in line for something. It was like they were selling Bang
It was the
energy
free
drinks or something.
T-shirts.
Free
It
T-shirts.
was it was the free T-shirts.
So I get in line
I don't know why.
for, yeah, I don't know either, but I get in line for free T-shirts, right? Or me and my roommate, we're walking outside and we see this line and we see some of our friends and, oh, free T-shirts, cool. And then so I go hang out with my friends and I see this tall lanky guy. I'm like, never seen this guy before in my life. And so I introduced myself. I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Will, whatever." And he got,
Meanwhile, I was talking to two of our friends uh, that I had just kind of met the day before, um, which were his friends,
mm-hmm,
our friends Jill and Cassidy.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I see him walk up, and he introduces himself. He's like, "Oh, hey, like I'm Will. Nice to meet you." And I knew our mutual friend was friends with Jill and Cassidy, so I go, "Huh? Uh, you're the Will that Eric had to go check up on."
Anywho, um, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah,
Um,
how does this relate to Bob?
so me and Brendan have had a fantasy league with all of our buddies from college, and we've had it for 5, 6 years now. Um,
Yeah, we
this
started
year,
our sophomore year of college.
yeah, we're on 5.0 now. So yeah,
Yes.
this year we decided uh, a whopping how many people? Hold on, at least 7, 8, 9, 9 of the 12 people, which does not include Brendan in the 12. There are 3 people, Brendan included, that have not joined in on this. We have decided to form a coalition.
Oh
Um,
God.
and yet Brendan, for whatever reason, will not join this coalition. Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
not.
it is
I'm
the
not doing it.
ladies and gentlemen, it is the Bob Coalition. So we have a deep fried photo of his dad. And we all changed our profile photos to that photo, and we all named ourselves Bob with a number. I'm Bob 7, and I did an O with a 7, so it looked like he was saluting because the Bob. Um, we are going into week 9, I think, maybe week 10, and he still has not joined the Bob Coalition, including
I'm not
on
putting my
Bob's
dad's
birthday.
deep fried face as my profile picture
I think
and
Bob would be
naming
very proud of
myself
you.
after my father. I'm
I
not doing it.
I think Bob would be very proud of you.
I'm not doing
We
it.
need to honor Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, get him because he won't join the Bob Coalition. His own father.
I'm
His
not
own
doing
father.
that.
Unfortunate that you just won't.
It's weird. I'm
It.
not doing it.
We need to bully him into joining the Bob Coalition.
You will never get me.
We're going into week 8. I lied. I apologize for that. But still. Anywho, so we're gonna get into a little bit. I've talked a lot, so I'm gonna let you go first on this one. But you and I have both seen one or actually no, I'll start really quickly because I saw 2. Unless you've seen more than, have you seen? Cool.
Go ahead.
So I'll start first, and then you can go with the movie that you've seen, and then I'll finish up with mine. We've both seen a couple of movies or a movie recently since the last time we filmed, and talked about recent movies. So we're just gonna give our reviews, scores out of 10. I don't think Brendan has seen either of my movies, and I have not seen Brendan's movie. So this will be. We also haven't talked about them. This is the first time that either of us is communicating on these. For the exception of I posted a couple of TikToks talking about my movies, but I didn't go too in depth with it. I wanted to kind of keep it a little bit shallow, so you guys still get more content here. So I'm gonna start off with Tron Ares. I saw Tron Ares last Monday, so about a week ago.
I think I'm gonna try and go see that tonight.
Okay, so we'll give like a full review when you go see it, so that we can talk about spoilers and things like that.
Yep.
I did a little bit of a review, so I guess it's gonna be a little bit more of a rehashing until you can see it. But score out of 10, sitting with it now, I think I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
I originally gave it
Why?
like 7.5, 8. the more I sit on it, the more I'm just like, it was a movie. You know,
Right.
it's not good. It's not bad. There are cool parts of it. There's good acting in parts of it. But it's just kind of bland. It's just kind of there. Um, which isn't
Okay.
which isn't really an issue, but like I can't give a movie more than like a 7 just because it looks cool.
Right.
Um, I will say Evan Peters plays the villain in this movie. What a
Okay.
phenomenal performance! Absolutely phenomenal performance. He acting wise blows everybody out of the water in almost everything that he
Really?
does. He was Quicksilver in the new X-Men movies.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
he showed up in WandaVision.
Okay.
They teased us with the X-Men, and then they made a boner joke. He was Ralph Boner. Or Ralph Bonner. Anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Nice one, Will.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was great. But,
So,
American
so
Horror
let me
Story.
ask you this then. Let me ask you this
Mm-hmm.
then. You're saying it's eh. You're saying it's kind of just a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Does that deserve a 7? Is and being just a movie? Because I feel like a 7 is like, this was good. This was a good, solid movie. If it was
Mm-hmm.
probably I feel like either like a 5 or a 6. Does it deserve a 7?
Yes, because it's shot really well. It looks really
Okay.
cool. So,
Okay.
like, have you seen any of the Tron movies?
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen the first 2 actually.
So, you know, like, the black suit with the colors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That looks really good in this movie.
Okay.
I thought in the original Tron, it is older, but I think it looked weird.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
think in Tron Legacy it looked cool, but it was kind of one of those situations where it was like you don't get the contrast, right? You get like
Right.
you get like black and then it like fades to the blue, like the blue's too bright for the camera almost.
Right. Right.
The black on red combination is great, one. And
Black and red
two,
is my favorite color combo. So
yeah, it's great. And then two, you get very clear delineation of here's where the red starts. So the suit looks fantastic. The
okay.
colors, it's shot really well. The cameras that they used, it looks good visually. Um, and I like the premise of it. I think the whole human beings being programs in a computer, but they're like it's like
Right.
a computer's a society. I think that's a really cool premise. Um,
Yeah.
and what they did and how they brought them to reality and the whole struggle between between the two companies and like you know one wants to use it for this, one wants to use it for that, and like the struggle between those. I think the storyline was good, and there was some really good action scenes. There's really good visuals. Again, Evan Peters' acting is phenomenal. Jared Leto's acting does what it needs to do. I think he's.
That's just about every Jared Leto movie.
I disagree. I think he's a terrible actor in most things that he's in. But
All right. Well,
I, I think Jared Leto suffers.
let's not get off track. Let's not get off track.
Okay.
Continue with your
Well, no, no,
with
no.
your
This goes in. I think Jared
okay.
Leto suffers with the cardboard acting phenomenon.
Okay.
One of my things is very much like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies aren't my favorite because I think Tobey Maguire is like watching him act is like watching a cardboard box. It just doesn't. Pizza time. Oh, Aunt May. And
Right. It's very bland.
I think Jared Leto is very awful at expressions, very awful at like, you know, showing humanity, right? I think that works
Something
so,
you really need to do as an actor.
but I think it works so perfectly with his character in Tron because his character in Tron is a computer system.
Right.
So of course, when you're a
Right.
computer system, you're going to be very black and white. You're going to be very emotionless. So it works
Right.
nearly perfectly. So I didn't really have a problem with it. But then the rest of the
Okay.
movie that you're sitting there, like you remember the big overarching things and you remember a couple of the fights, but then like outside of that you're just like, and what else happened? I can't remember.
Right. Right.
You know,
Very just eh.
very forgettable except for like a couple of moments. But those couple of moments are
Right.
really good. And so that's kind of,
Okay.
we'll get more into it when you actually see it. But yeah,
Okay.
that's my thing for Tron Ares for now. Um, 7 out of 10. Um, and then so you saw a new movie, and this is kind of exactly
Yep.
what I was envisioning this podcast to be. Of like this movie just came out like a
Yep.
week ago, so let's talk about it.
Eh, it's been out for probably like probably like 2 or 3 weeks at this point.
Has
Um,
it really?
but yeah, yeah, it came out a little while ago, I think. You can fact check me on that. But I
That's
went and
it's been
saw.
out for almost a month.
Yeah, that's what I
Wow.
thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Um, I went and saw One Battle After Another, um, the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and I will say, great movie, very very good. Um, the I went into it very like I had read the synopsis of it, like just being like because you watch the trailer and kind of hard to tell where this movie's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at least from my perspective. Um, but I think I'll start with a rating. I think it was for me. It was probably like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Um, very very good. Um, I'm also like this was a yes, it was an action movie, but it also fucked with your head and was very like, oh shit, like you didn't really know what was gonna happen and what was going on and where they were going with it. And um like I the entire time I was like, oh, like this is a new twist. And those movies to me are, I don't always love those movies where they try and, throw eight or nine different twists at you to
Right.
kind of like, but I thought they did a very good job with it. Um, it's just for me the type of movie because I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, it's the movie of the year. It's but personally for me, I'm not the biggest fan of those movies, which is why my score is an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people are going to say it's like a 9 or a 10, or it's they're going to love this movie. I liked it a lot, but just based on the type of movie it is and the type of person I am, I that my score is going to be an 8. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
lots of twists, lots of turns. I thought Leo was fucking 10 out of 10 in this movie. I mean, he was phenomenal. Like just I hope he gets it nominated for an Academy Award with this. Like he was so good.
So I actually kind of keeping on the question there. It kind of seemed like an Oscar bait movie to me. Um, like I
it
feel
it definitely has the potential, but it lived up to
okay.
it wasn't just an Oscar bait movie to like, oh, I want this to win an Oscar. It was like a legitimately like good movie. Like
Gotcha.
like a I go to the theater and I'm like, yeah, yeah, that was worth it. I mean, fuck, I went. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes long, um, and I
That's
went
a
at 10:30 at night.
long movie.
Yeah, I didn't get back until 1:30 in the morning. Um,
Ugh.
and the entire time I was like, oh, this is good. Like, I was not tired. I was not. I was like, oh my god, this is good.
So it's
So I
paced
mean,
well then.
paced very well. Because it starts at the beginning. There's a lot of action. Then they kind of do the little time jump thing. Um, and then you're like, okay, so where's this going now? And then you can just it moves very, very well throughout the film. Um, and my entire thing is like, all right, well, how are you gonna? There's almost three separate plot points that they kind of like twist together at the end, and the entire time I'm like, all right, well, they solved that problem. Well, how are they gonna wrap this up? Like, how does this all come together? And it came together very, very well, very synonymously, like just very, very good. So I would say probably for me, 8 out of 10. Leo, 10 out of 10. Um, very good movie. Very good movie.
So you would say that he has a very good argument for winning Best Actor or something like that for this movie.
I would say
Okay.
for this movie, yeah, yes.
Well, because like,
I'd say there's
what
an
else is up
argument.
against it, or what would be theoretically
I'm
up
not
against it?
sure.
Because
I'm not
superhero
sure.
movies notoriously do absolutely awful at the Academy Awards,
Right,
unless
right,
it's like something like visuals or special effects. But
right. Um, I'm not sure.
yeah,
I'm not sure what would be up against it,
I don't
but
know what
he
movies
did.
came out that.
He was phenomenal.
Oh, Tom
He was
Cruise
very
maybe.
good. Tom Cruise might be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will say, just played that role to a T. Was incredible. Um, just all the yeah, I would say 8 out of 10. Very good movie.
So
Yeah, and that's where I'll leave it off.
so is the movie? Because you were kind of saying like it's kind of hard to like figure out from the trailers what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, does it like even give you like? Because I came out of that very much like it's almost like a Taken situation, or like somebody's after his family or his daughter because of something, and he's got to go deal with that.
Yes.
Is that kind of like the gist of it, or is it like a completely misleading trailer?
Yes. Yes, but the first part of the movie, you don't get to that part until like the second, like probably like 30 minutes into the movie. You're like, okay, now we get into the main.
So
The
it's only
first like
showing you
30
like a
minutes,
little bit of it then.
right? The first 30 minutes are like the kind of the setup, like what's going on, who was he in the past,
Mm-hmm.
why is this going to be happening to him and his family in the future, who setting up, why the bad guy is doing what he does, and
Right.
then what his motives are, and just how fucked up and insane this dude is. Also, just an additional point. The uh the bad guy in this movie, chef's kiss. Just absolutely demented, like crazy, and just the way they get rid of him at the end of the movie
Mm-hmm.
is, I mean, oh, holy shit. I mean, like, I visually, there's a scene at the end of the movie, and I won't tell you what it is. You're gonna have to see it for yourself.
Right.
But at the end of the movie, where you're sitting there, you're like I sat there and was like, holy fuck. I was like, this is insane. And I was just like, I can't believe they fucking did, like, this is
Absolute
how.
cinema.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
that would be it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So we will get into my third movie, or our third movie, my second movie. Again, this is a movie that came out a while ago. Um, it's been very, very popular. It came out in August, so it's been out for a while. I saw it for the first time last week, and it's kind of been sweeping the nation. I called it the animation sensation that's sweeping the nation.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Good wordplay,
Yeah,
Will.
thanks. Very cliche, but it works. And that is K-pop Demon Hunters. I would like to give a special shout out to our buddy Aaron, because I was playing video games with him, and as some of you know, they have some of the characters from K-pop Demon Hunters in Fortnite, and they have some other things like music or whatever. And so we're playing Fortnite together, and Aaron's like, "Oh my gosh, they got whatever the song was, in Fortnite." I was like, "Dude, there's no way you've seen this movie. There's just no way you've seen this movie."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, but I listened to I've heard the music, and it's really good." I'm like, "You're messing with me. There's no, you're not listening.
There's no way you have voluntarily listened to this shit."
I go, "You have not listened to K-pop Demon Hunters. There's no way you've listened to this music." He's like, "Dude, I swear to God, it's super good." And so I was giving him shit like throughout the night for it, like just because I'm like, "There's no fucking way, dude. Like, you're fucking with me."
Right.
And still he's like, "Oh no, dude, I swear to God," like throughout the entire thing, unabashedly himself with that one.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, so like a couple of days later, I was like sitting there. I was like, well, fuck, man. I might as well. I'm driving. I might as well listen to it, right? I got 2 songs into it, and I texted him, and I went, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving you all this shit. This is really good." I'm like, "This is like really, really good. I'm sorry I was messing with you this entire time." I'm like, "I'm 2 songs in, and neither one of these days missed. It's every single one of them is a banger." And he goes like, "I fucking told you, dude." So then, after listening to the music, I was like, okay, every single one of these songs is good. In fact, every single one of these songs is so good that I can't stop listening to every one of these songs. It's like, I gotta see this movie. I have to go watch this. If the songs are this good, I have to watch this movie. And I watched the movie. It's an hour and a half long. It's on Netflix. And it is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. In fact, the only major downside that I have to it is that it's not longer. That's pretty much it. The animation's fantastic. The music is amazing. I still listen to the entire soundtrack at least once a day. There's only like 4 or 5 like legitimate songs in it, like with lyrics in it. So it's like not that hard to do. Again, it's an hour and a half long, so if you're taking 5 songs that are each at least a minute and a half, you're at least, you're at least looking at like 20 minutes of songs. Or, you're looking at like 15 minutes of songs, whatever.
Right.
So that's a good fourth of the movie.
Right.
The motivations for our main characters that we get, you get the three main girls. It's Rumi, and the other 2 that I can't remember. But the motivations that you get with them, and like the reason why they're doing what they're doing and all of that, it's really, really interesting. And a lot of times I feel that like when you have a lot of characters that are in the forefront of something, a lot of times you'll have a couple of characters that they're not the main character necessarily, but they're, main character adjacent, that they just don't get fleshed out super well, right?
Right.
I think that they do a really good job of being like, well, here are 3 main girls, and they're each gonna have like their own unique thing, right? Like one of them, she's like she favors rapping because she grew up in America and then moved to Korea. while the other two
Okay.
were Korean. And in Korea, it's very hard to rap. But when you grew up in
Right.
America, you get used to it. You figure things
You
out.
get you hear it a lot. Blah blah
Right.
blah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture. Yeah.
And it becomes part of your. It's that's her thing. The other one, it's like, oh, she was like this punk rock type, person. Wasn't traditionally Korean. All these things.
Right.
And the other one, it's like, well, my mom's been doing this for whatever, and she's the main character, right?
Right.
And all of her stuff is like the reasons why she's doing what she's doing, and they all have different reasons for wanting the end. They have the same end goal, but they all have different reasons for why. And Rumi, the main character, her reason is like so completely different from the other ones, and that's what the story is built on. Is
Right.
because she's fighting herself, basically, like mentally, she's fighting
Okay.
this battle of like, you know, I'm this way, but I need to be this way, or I want to be this way, but I'm not. So I'm
Right.
fighting who I am, and I'm hiding who I am to try and bring this thing about, right? Like
Right.
it's really interesting. The villain is really really interesting, and there's kind of it's not an enemies to lovers necessarily, but there is like a little bit of like a romance thing with somebody who could be considered the villain. I think he's working for the villain, but I don't
Okay.
and he's so dynamic. His motivations for that are like so the main villain is like the big demon, like the Lord Demon, right?
Hmm.
But he's got all these like little other demons that work for him.
Right.
And they all like have like their own motivation, and even those guys
Right.
kind of get fleshed out. Um
Right.
and I just think it's one of these really really great retellings of like you get your classic, heroes versus demons, or
Right.
human versus demon fights, demon hunter, demon things like that. You get supernatural and all of that kind of fun stuff.
Right.
But this is so uniquely something different that it's one of those. It's almost a breath of fresh air, where you're sitting there
Okay.
going, yeah, they're fighting demons, but the premise of their fighting demons is like going like, oh well, I'm eating food, right?
Right.
But it's I'm eating at McDonald's or I'm eating at Taco Bell. They're both eating food, both very
Right.
different, right?
Both very yes. Both very very different.
And,
Yes.
and the way that they structured that and the way that they did it is just absolutely amazing to me. And again, the music, absolutely fantastic. I'd give this like a 9.5 out of 10. I think that, each character gets a time to shine, it gets a moment to shine. Um,
All
there's
in an hour and a half.
literally all in an hour and a half. My only downside is that it's only an hour and a half. And a lot of people are like, oh well, it's a kids show or a kids TV, movie or blah 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 blah. I'm like, yes, it is, but it's one of those situations where it's like Avatar, where it's a kids show, but
Hmm.
it's just as entertaining for adults or people who
Right.
aren't watching it with a kid as it would be for a kid, because you get all of the deeper meanings between things as an adult. And let me tell you, there's so much of it. There's so much like a deeper hidden messaging that you wouldn't get as a kid. It's it's
I
so
love
good.
that. I
It's
love
so
that.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So very very good movie. Very good. I'm glad we both got to go out and see the stuff that we wanted to see. Um,
I would definitely recommend watching if you have an extra hour and a half, and I want to go see one battle after another. I just gotta
you
find
need
3 hours to.
Yes, unfortunately, you have. I went and my 3 hours was at 10:15 at night, and the movie didn't start till 10:45. So
Mm. Yeah, what's
uh,
up with that? Let's talk about this
the
for a second.
classic, yeah, the classic. All right, movie theaters. I'm giving you my fucking gripe. All right, listen. If I'm a movie kind of person, you know, I understand at this point that there's going to be fucking credits and fucking previews and shit. That's great. You want to know when I want you to fucking play those previews and shit? before the fucking start time listed on your website for the fucking movie.
Like, I'm okay.
So,
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with watching, like, 5-10 minutes of trailers. Like, if the movie starts at 3, I'm okay with the movie starting at 3:10. I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too. But when I get there at 10:20 p.m. at night, and my movie doesn't, and my start time for the movie says 10:20, and I get there, and the actual movie doesn't start playing until 10:50.
It's
Bro,
ridiculous.
I did not sign up for 30 minutes of previews.
No. And is it just me, or have, like, the previews gotten longer recently? Like,
They have.
it used to be, like,
For
what, like
30
15
minutes.
minutes, maybe?
I sat there for 30 fucking minutes, Will.
Yeah.
30.
I saw 2 AMC ads in between.
So did I.
AMC,
I went
AMC,
to
what are we
AMC.
doing? AMC, what are we doing?
Come on. Listen, I get it. You're rewards members. That's awesome.
I'm a rewards member.
And
I'm there with you, but brother.
whatever the fuck the girl who's like, I
Nicole
came
Kidman.
to the movies and the fucking, I loved them so much and now I'm an actress. Go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, hold on. I like that one.
Hey,
That's a good one.
not if we're gonna get. Hey, give me one or two. One or the other. I'm not. You can.
Or
you can
I'll do
pick
you one better.
ad.
I'll do you one better. Put it back to back. Just boom. Make it one
Pick
long
one.
AMC thing.
Or just pick one. I
You
need
gotta.
one.
I get.
That's
I get why they do both, but put it back to back and make it like one long one, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait. No, I saw 3 because I saw the one where they're dancing with the Coke.
Oh God.
I hate that one. That one's like
Oh,
4 minutes
God.
long, and it's selling you Coke and AMC. Like, brother, do the Stubbs one and do the Nicole Kidman one. Don't do the Stubbs one, the Nicole Kidman one, another one, and the Coke one. Like, brother, just
Bro,
give
I
me the
already
two.
have my. Dude, I already have my Coke slushie, and yes, for
Yes.
those of you wondering, Coke slushie and popcorn is my go-to at the movies. Fight me.
Yeah.
But yes,
like,
I
dude,
already
like-
have my Coke slushie. I don't need to be. I do not need to be sold Coke. I already got it, bro.
Like, how many
I know
many
what it is.
times how many times are people sitting in the movie theater waiting for the movie to start? If they're getting popcorn and drinks without their popcorn and drinks, no one. And who's sitting there? And who's sitting there watching the movies and they're going, I might get a Coke, or like, I don't know, I wasn't really. But who's watching that commercial and going, well, I'm going to go get a Coke? Nobody.
Right,
Nobody's
exactly.
doing that.
Yeah, because now you don't know. You have maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 20. Who knows how long you have before the movie starts at this fucking point?
Dude, when I went to go see Tron, I shit you not, that computer screen darkened like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, cool, the movie's starting. Nope, it was another one. It was another ad.
Nope.
Like,
Another
dude,
ad.
again, I'm okay with that many trailers, but start those trailers like 15, 20 minutes before the movie starts.
Before the movie.
Incentivize people showing up before the movie starts, because then people are going to show up before the movie starts and they're going to sit there, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy their popcorn, they're going to buy their drinks, and then they're going to sit there for the other 20 minutes and they're going to eat their popcorn and drink their drinks during your ads, which is great. But here's the thing. They're going to finish it if your thing starts, if the trailers start 20 minutes before the movie. If there are people there watching it 20 minutes before, they're going to finish their drinks. They're going to finish their popcorn. So what are they going to do? Then they're going to go buy more. But when are they not doing that? Well, the movie starts at 10:20. Okay, cool. Well, it's 10:35. I'm finished with my popcorn, or I'm finished with my drink.
I can't miss the start of the
But
movie.
this movie's probably about to start. Yeah, the movie's going to start like in another 20 minutes, but it might start in the next 5. And then you're losing out on money because people aren't buying popcorn. Because people are going to sit there and they're going to, well, I only got a small popcorn. I really should have gotten a medium.
Right.
But now the movie's about to start. Looks like I'm shit out of luck, dude.
Looks on shit, yeah. But
You're
it's
gonna
ridiculous.
you can. I get it. You have to show ads. You have to show movie trailers. That's the way. That's how you make money. That's how you make most of your money. I get it.
I'm not
and your
saying to
concessions.
stop that. I'm saying to start it 20 minutes before.
Because
so
then
that,
you're going to make even more money on concessions. Or guess what? These guys are going to show up, and they're not going to.
If it is universally known at AMC theaters that previews start 20 minutes before the start time of the movie, and by the let's say the movie starts at 10:20 p.m. I know my movie is going to start 10 minutes after the showtime. If it is universally known, I think it solves a lot of issues. Solves a lot of problems. It I'm getting there early because I want to see the fucking previews for the movie. I'm getting my popcorn, whatever. Like you said, I'm eating it. Okay, well, it's 10:20 now. Okay, I know I have 10 minutes. 10 minutes is enough time for me to go get more popcorn, refill my Coke slushy, and I will keep fighting you in the comments. It is a Coke slushy. Suck my dick.
Isn't it technically an icy though? Isn't it technically icy?
Yes, but
well, okay.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. I'm an adult, and yes, I enjoy my Coke slushy.
Got it.
So you can fight me.
But it's an icy. It's not a slushy. Slushies have.
Shut the fuck up. You can suck my dick too.
But slushies have more liquid in it. That's all I'm saying.
Shut the fuck up.
Also, slushy is coined by 7-Eleven, so technically it can't be a slushy.
It's Slurpee, dummy.
You're right.
7-Eleven is a Slurpee.
That's right. You're right. Oh, slushy is Sonic. Sorry.
There you go. Anyway.
Regardless.
Yes, I'm an adult that likes my Coke icy. Fight me.
I got a Coke icy when I went to go see Tron.
There you go. There you go.
Really
Love it.
Brings me back.
Love it.
I haven't gotten it in a while. Yeah.
They're great. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like a lot of issues would be solved.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it also, you're gonna sell more popcorn. You're gonna make more money doing it. Or people are just gonna show up on time, like they're always gonna do. And this way, you're not pissing people off, and people are coming back, and you're making more money.
Then if they show up on time, they know, okay, I got 10 minutes to go get my. Now I have 10 minutes instead of showing up on time and being like, oh, when is the movie gonna start? Is it gonna start in the next 5 minutes? Is it gonna start in the next 30? Now I know, okay, my movie's starting in 10 minutes. That's enough time for me to go get popcorn and a drink.
Yeah, and then guess what? You're not pissing people off. And then guess what? When you're not pissing people off, they're going to come back. And then guess what? You're making more money. There you go.
Right. Agreed. I'm glad we're on the same page about this.
Yeah, I was sitting there at Tron, and I think that's the first time that I've actually sat there and realized, I'm like, this is just taking forever. I don't know if it happened recently or if I'm just now noticing it. But I'm like, this is taking forever.
Forever.
Like, it was like almost 45 minutes of just straight ads. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
But, what are we doing? Put ads. Make it maximum 15 minutes after the start time. Maximum. And that's pushing it, in my opinion.
Yep,
anyway.
Agreed.
We got some movie news.
All right. Break it down for me.
Avengers Doomsday has wrapped filming.
Okay.
As of a couple weeks ago.
There we go.
It is done, and it is scheduled to come out in, June? I think. It's either, December. Next December, 26th. So we see.
There we go.
We see Avengers Doomsday, December 26th, and then we are apparently getting Secret Wars in 2027. Okay, Spider-Man is July 30th. Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Spider-Man. So, we are getting Avengers Doomsday December of 2026. And they just finished wrapping. They just finished filming, right?
Right.
But we're getting that at the end of next. We're getting that more than a year out, right?
Right.
We are more than a year from Avengers Doomsday.
Right.
Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in July.
Mm-hmm.
And it started filming 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing this? How are we going to get a Spider-Man movie? How are we getting a Spider-Man movie in July when it's October and they're still filming?
Well, I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to be happy with.
We're not getting it in July.
No, no, we're getting it in July. If there's one thing I know about Marvel, they do not miss their deadlines.
They just pushed Secret Wars
But
back though, or I mean, Doomsday back though. That it was originally Spider-Man was supposed to be
yeah,
between
but that was a
Doomsday and.
special case. That's dealing with a lot more than just Spider-Man or just that's intertwining 18 different storylines.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to say was we're getting it in July through the power of cutting corners, which you're not going to be happy about, but that's what's going to happen. Is they're going to cut corners to get this movie out.
But what corners are they cutting? Like what do
I
you
don't know, but they're going to,
do you think it's going to be
editing,
CGI stuff where it's just going to be dog
CGI
shit?
stuff. It might be editing. It might be, maybe not the best take, but I think it'll be a good movie regardless because it's Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I want it to look good.
It's gonna look good. Dude, it's gonna look good.
They're
It's
gonna
Marvel.
have so at this point, let's say they are halfway done filming. Let's be generous and say halfway done. Well, let's be even more generous and say 2/3 of the way done. Let's say that it's about a 3 month long filming process, and they've
right.
gone for about 2. They're not going to be done filming until the beginning of December. Okay, I guess that gives them like 6-7 months to.
It gives them 7 months, and then you also forget, like, this is a special occasion with Doomsday because again, there's fucking 18 people involved in this story. They need more time to edit that because there's probably more footage, and it's going to be a longer movie, and there's more characters, and they have to. There's more post production. Like, this is it. I don't think it's very comparable. You got 7 months to put together an amazing Spider-Man movie, and
Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right, that's fair. That's fair. And they are saying that it is more grounded in reality
yep,
and less
it's more of
fanciful.
a
So
it's more of a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man kind of movie.
maybe it requires less CGI.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe okay, so here's what I'm going into this hoping.
Because remember, they're not CGIing the web swinging either. I mean,
That is true.
they're doing the whole, they don't even there's less they have to do with that
Yeah.
because everything's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, so then here's the way that I'm going into this. This is me being optimistic. I got my optimism face on. No, that's a good thumbnail. No, so the way that I'm going about this, to be positive, after you've just swayed me, is most of this stuff is going to be, you're not going to need CGI.
Right. It's
most of the CGI stuff in the post production is going to be focused on making the web swinging look better, the ADR look and be good,
yep.
and make him Spider-Man in the suit
Right.
look good. Because
Right.
I don't know what they're doing with the eyes. I don't know if they're going to have the mechanical eyes or not.
It's not. It's going to be it's going to be very similar
It's
to
going to be a
the.
static suit.
Yeah, because it's the. Because remember,
I like
it's
the
it's
lenses,
him making.
though.
Yeah, but it's him making the suit.
Yeah, but
It's
he's
the it's
smart
the
enough.
No, but you gotta keep in mind it's the
He doesn't have the material, though.
he doesn't it's not the I can carbon it's him sewing a suit together like that. You remember at the end of the of Far From Home
Mm-hmm.
or No Way Home,
No way
No
home.
Way Home, No Way Home, when he's swinging out in his new suit.
Yeah.
It was a sewn together suit by him. It
Right.
wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
technologically marveling.
Right.
It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
it's probably gonna be a static suit, at
Yeah.
least until at the end of the movie when they inevitably like put him back on the
Sure.
level of fighting
Put him with the
gods.
Avengers or whatever.
But
So
yeah,
because the reason I say Avengers is because supposedly Spider-Man Brand New Day leads almost directly into Doomsday. Could be good. I don't know what that entails. Whether that's one of those situations where it's an end credit scene that directly ties into, because apparently the Fantastic Four directly led into it too, but we haven't seen that happen.
Yep.
Well, we kind of did. We kind of did with that end credit scene from Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Doom's probably taking the kid.
Probably taking the kid, but we don't know.
Right.
So how it leads into Doomsday, we're not gonna know, and we're not gonna know until Doomsday. I don't think that this whole Spider-Man leading into Doomsday issue is going to be.
I have a little bit of a theory as to what's going on, and this is just me piecing it together.
Sure.
So at the end of Thunderbolts, we see the Fantastic Four ship entering Earth's atmosphere, right? At the end of...
Or is it our Fantastic Four ship?
What?
So the Excalibur that we see in the Fantastic Four has 3 prongs, 3 boosters.
Okay.
The Excalibur that we see at the end of Thunderbolts has 4.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to continue with my theory. At the end of Fantastic Four, we see Doom kneeling down in front of the kid. My expectation, and in the comics, that kid ends up being one of the strongest.
He's God.
Beings. He's God. Yeah, he's pretty much God. So my theory is Doom's taking the kid to take his powers or use his powers in some way to take over, and Doom succeeds in the Fantastic Four's universe and causes them to cross into our main timeline universe in order to escape because they failed in their own universe. And now Doom has taken over their universe, is coming after them in our main timeline universe. That's my theory. He took the kid. He's either taken the kid's powers or is using the kid to take over his universe and is now using the kid to chase after them.
Right.
In the second universe. In our main timeline universe. That's my theory as to what's happening. And we see that leading right into Thunderbolts, and we see that leading right into Fantastic Four.
I think kind of similarly. I do think Doom's snatching that kid. I think... also, another really interesting thing that doesn't really apply anymore is Franklin Richards is like the great, like 5 times great, or like 15 times great grandfather of Kang the Conqueror.
Ba-na-na.
Ba-na-na. Not that that's going to go anywhere anymore.
No.
But
shout out Jonathan Majors for
supposedly beating his wife.
Yeah.
Girlfriend. I don't know. Even though all the charges
whatever
were
the case
dropped.
was. Being an idiot. We'll just say it as being an idiot.
Yes. Not being the best upstanding guy, even though the charges were dropped. But anywho, I think Franklin's getting snatched, and I think Doom's gonna dip into 616.
Oh, you think he's taking the kid and I think they're chasing after him.
And I think Fantastic Four is going to be like, give me the kid back. And I think Doom's going to be like, he's going to come back, not under the guise of Tony Stark, but it's Robert Downey Jr. So I think what's going to happen is he's going to come back and be like, I'm Tony Stark from another whatever. Right. And he's going to play the benevolent guy. And then the Fantastic Four is going to show up and be like, give us the kid back. And I think it's going to be almost... I don't know, but it could be like a Civil War situation. Like the comics, like the comic Civil War.
Yeah.
Where like everyone is fighting everyone.
Right, because nobody knows who's telling the truth and who's not.
So I think 616 Avengers are going to band behind Doom
By accident.
by
Mm.
accident, even though Doom obviously is in the wrong. And then we're going to get the Fantastic Four go and give us the kid back. But I also think that them being on 616 is going to cause an incursion,
Ooh.
which is where we get our X-Men.
Ooh. Ooh. This is going to be interesting.
I
This is
think
going to be an interesting. There's a lot going on.
there's a lot going on, and I hope it lands.
Yep. Yep. Me too.
Yeah, I hope it lands. Oh, this is
Yep.
my pain
Yep.
face.
This.
Yeah.
This is. This. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Right?
it's Sid the Sloth on the
Please.
mountain. It's fine, I'm fine, I'm
Please.
gonna die.
Please don't. Please don't make me upset.
Please don't
I
hurt me.
finally. I finally have given hope back. You've finally given me hope back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Don't take it away from me again.
don't don't do this. Don't give me hope.
Don't give me hope.
No, so I think it'll be interesting. Um, and then so we got our Doomsday and we got our Spider-Man stuff. I hope
Our Doomsday.
our Doomsday. Um,
We got our
we
Doomsday.
got our Doomsday.
You said Doomsday.
I meant Doomsday, but you know what I meant. Anywho, we got our Doomsday news out of the way. We got our Spider-Man news out of the way. The one last thing I will say about Spider-Man is with as little time as they. I know it's 7 months. I know it's 7 months. But here's the thing that's 7 months from release date. That movie should be done editing in at maximum, 5.5. There should be nothing. Nobody should be touching this movie for a month before the movie comes out, at the latest.
And I think that's what's going to happen. Will this is their
With
this
that,
is
hold on.
their biggest.
With that,
Okay.
I'm cool with that. I'm okay with it. You better not make Mr. Negative the villain. If that's your plan, I'm cool with it. Do not make the single most CGI necessary villain the villain.
Yeah.
Is that too much to add? But there are theories that he is gonna, because we saw on the tank there's a what looks like the Demon's logo,
Yep.
which is Mr. Negative. And there were teasers with Martin Lee in previous ones. So
Well, if it happens, hopefully it looks good, and hopefully they execute it well.
yes. And our last bit of news. Don't know if you care about this or not. I'm kind of on the fence. It has been confirmed. Daredevil season 2. We are going to get Jessica Jones back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know too
Cool.
much about Jessica Jones. I couldn't really get into the show. I really couldn't. I hear it's
I got
fantastic.
into it. I got into it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I like, and I wouldn't say I got into it. I'd say like I tried it when it came out.
Yeah.
Watched like half of the first season, and then just was like, this is boring. So never finished it.
That's fair.
But okay, character, interesting enough.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
yeah.
would say
So
for
she's
those
coming
people
back.
for those people that really did enjoy the TV show, because I know there were people that did. Um, Good for them.
Yeah.
You're getting your character back.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, she's coming back. We're leading off. You didn't see Born Again season 1, did you? It's good. Go watch it. What is going to be interesting is we're going back to Spider-Man. The way season 1 left off is probably going to very heavily affect the world that Spider-Man is now in, considering that they're both New York. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they interconnect those. Which again,
I mean, that's
I'm
always
excited
been.
to see.
I think Marvel's done a very good job interconnecting.
Mm-hmm.
Just 18 million different plot points with 18 million different others. So I trust them. I think they'll do a good job.
I will say though, like recently, like Daredevil Born Again was after Thunderbolts or during Thunderbolts. I don't know. It's weird. Um, so far, there hasn't been a mention of what happened in New York during the Void's attack. Maybe that's just because Daredevil Born Again happened beforehand.
Maybe.
I don't. My timeline's fuzzy, and
Yep.
maybe we haven't had a New York thing since then.
Yeah.
Maybe it's possible.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Could.
Because that's the last movie that we had in New York, at least in 616 New York. Because Fantastic Four was in New York,
Yeah.
but it was in the other world.
Yeah. Thunderbolts was the last New York.
Yep. No, it's the last main universe movie that we got.
Yeah, because Fantastic Four was in another one.
Yeah. And Brave New World was before that.
Yeah. Yes,
that's gonna be interesting to see how and we get Daredevil, but there's no mention of Daredevil or of that happening in Daredevil. Again, I don't remember if the timelines match up or what's going on, but that'll be interesting to see if Spider-Man addresses that, and if Spider-Man addresses season 1 of Born Again.
We'll see.
That's a lot of things to juggle.
Wait and see.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all the time that we got for today. Thank you guys for joining us so much. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, want to see maybe a little bit of different content, a little bit more content, go follow our Instagram that we are going to try and get booted back up a little bit more. Go follow our TikTok. Yep. We posted 2 things on TikTok. Go follow those. Like and subscribe down below.
Yes, sir.
If you guys liked our videos, drop a like. It's free. It helps us tremendously. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Absolutely. Also, comment, drop in the things that you're most excited for not only the MCU but movies as a whole. How did you guys like K-pop Demon Hunters, Tron Ares, and One Battle After Another? We would love to hear from you guys. Anyway,
yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Will, that's Brendan. This has been the Film Club Rejects podcast. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. And
thank you for being Rejects with us, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right. Sweet.